Hello everyone and welcome back to Flutter Sync. In today's video, we are going to learn about internationalization in Flutter. We'll have a quick introduction to internationalization, its benefits, and also a quick tutorial showing how I was able to add internationalization in an existing Flutter app using the Easy Localization package. So let's get started. Internationalization is a crucial aspect of mobile application development because it enables applications to be adapted and customized for users from different regions, cultures, and languages. Some of the benefits of internationalization include creating a global reach for your applications. With internationalization, your application can reach a more global audience because your application will be available in multiple languages and will be tailored and customized to different regions. It can therefore attract a more diverse user group, international markets, and in turn, revenue for your application. And this is if you have any form of monetization set up. Accessibility. Internationalization is an extension of accessibility as it ensures that users from different language-speaking regions can use the application with ease. This inclusivity is vital for making your applications accessible to a broader range of users. Better user experience. An application with internationalization in mind enhances the user experience by making it more comfortable, intuitive, and user-friendly for all language speakers, especially if your application is being accessed outside English-speaking countries. This will in turn lead to a higher user satisfaction and retention rate. Store visibility. App localization is an important factor in application growth. When you want your application to be downloaded worldwide, you might need to consider internationalization. With internationalization, you'll be able to increase your application's reach on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store to users in different countries, regions, or locales. Competitive advantage. An application with internationalization can give you a competitive edge. Providing a translated and culturally adapted version of your application in this current market can make it stand out and therefore increase your user base. Adding internationalization to your application is a relatively easy process. Start by creating a new Flutter project. We're just going to use the default counter application for this demo. Visit pub.dev to fetch the package. We're going to be using this Easy Localization package. Copy that and add this to your dependency.yaml file. You're going to save this to ensure Flutter pub-get runs and fetches this dependency correctly. Once that is done, you are going to need to create two folders. So go ahead and create the assets folder. And within the assets folder, go ahead and create the translations folder. CD into this translations folder, and here you're going to create two JSON files which are going to be representing the language files that we want to use for this application. So the first one we're going to create is an English language file, and for that we can just abbreviate it as en.json, and then also create the other additional language file that we're going to use. For my project, I want us to use Spanish, so we're just going to create an es.json file. So once you have these files created, let's just go into the English file and add this. So what we want to do is create a key value pair of the particular translations that we want to have. So the key here would be the name of that translation text. So in this case, this is what we're going to be having. It's just going to be a simple demo capturing this. So we're just going to be having something like title And the title here, we're just going to maybe say something like my application, and this is a string. And we're going to have the next item, which is the message. So here I want us to translate this message, you have pushed the buttons how many times. So that's what we're going to be translating in our case. So this is the message. I just want to copy it and paste it. So this is what we're going to have for our translation file for the English JSON. So let's save this and then go into our Spanish JSON file. So for the Spanish JSON file, we're just going to do the same as well. And we're just going to have this key value pair where the key is going to be the same as what we have in our English file. So for the first key, we're going to be using this, the translation for my application in Spanish. So we're just going to be using something like mi aplicación. Then for the message that we had, we're going to translate that as well, and this would be the message that we will need to show if this is going to be translated to Spanish. Once these two files have been created and saved, we are now ready to start using our easy localization package. So go to main.dat and add the easy localization widget and initialize the easy localization with the default locale and path of your localization files. So we're going to do this in our main function. So the easy localization widget requires some key arguments. So the one being child supported locales as well as the path. So for the child, this is where we're going to put this application. For the supported locales, at this particular instance, we're only supporting English and Spanish. So we are going to use that as the supported locales. And for the path, this is the path to your translations file. So we have ours in assets translations folder. Aside from that, you can also add the fallback locale, and in our instance, we want ourselves to fall back to the English locale. So that's just another thing we can add as well. So this is how our main app will be looking once we are done. Aside from that, we'll need to add additional properties to the Material app widget or the Cupertino app widget to localize the application. These lines of code will allow you to create a dynamic and responsive internationalization setup in your Flutter application, as the app can now adapt to various user language preferences, providing the appropriate translation and displaying content chosen in your language. These properties are the localization delegates, supported locales, and the locale. So the localization delegate is a list of delegates that will provide localized values for the application. The supported locales is a list of locales that the application supports, while the locale is the current locale of the application. So we can just go ahead and add those 3 lines of code here. once you have these three lines of code and the additional lines that we added in the run app function, you are now ready to start using the localization and translated packages. So running this, we get an error, and assuming this would be because we have not added this path to the assets in our pubspec or YAML file. So I'll just go ahead and do that, and hopefully this will resolve our issue. Save and ensure that this has been updated in your application. That has now solved our error, and we're ready to use the package. So to load the translation strings, you'll need to use the tr function from the easy localization package as so. So we're going to replace our title with the title that we have in our JSON files. So we're just going to reference it like so. You'll need to reference the key, which is the title, and then use the translation function in this. So this is no longer going to be a constant, and we're going to save that. So you can see the title for our application has changed, and the other item that we have which we'd like to change is this particular message. So the translation changes based on the language that you have set on your device. My device has been set to Spanish, and that's why the translation picks what I have in my user preferences. So we're going to go here where we have this text. So the text that we're looking at being the key is the message. I'm just going to do the same thing, pass that function to translate and remove this as it's no longer a constant, and save that. So you can see that the message already changed to what we have in our es.json file. So that's that. The final project is available on my GitHub page. I will link it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Until the next video, goodbye from me.